The stolen alien ship drifted through the inky blackness of space, stars streaking past as its engines hummed steadily. Rylan sat in the cockpit, his hands steady on the controls but his mind alert. Princess Elia, seated beside him, watched the starfield through the view screen, her expression a mix of relief and worry. "We've put distance between us and the Tarkans," Rylan said, breaking the silence. "For now, we're safe," Elia nodded. "Safe for a moment. But the Tarkans are persistent. They'll be back." Before Rylan could respond, the ship's sensors beeped loudly. A large object had appeared on the radar, moving fast and precise. He squinted at the holographic display. "Not Tarkans," he muttered. "This isn't like anything I've seen before." The object grew larger, its smooth, glowing surface reflecting the light of distant stars. As it approached, Rylan realized the scale was enormous. It was a Xylarian vessel, an interstellar ship of immense size, with elegant curves and glowing energy lines. The humans had heard of the Xylarians, an advanced alien civilization ruled by Queen Zyra, but few had ever seen one of their ships. "Xylarians?" Elia's voice was hushed, almost reverent. "Their queen is powerful. If she notices us, things could get complicated." Rylan's jaw tightened. He had faced Tarkans, pirates, and countless dangers. But the Xylarians were a different kind of force. Their technology and power were unmatched, and humans were considered insignificant in their empire. Yet, he felt a spark of determination. Humanity's strength was not only in weapons, it was in courage, quick thinking, and heart. A voice suddenly echoed through the ship's communication system, calm and commanding. "Human pilot, you have acted with great courage and skill. Prepare to be boarded. Do not resist." Rylan exchanged a glance with his team. Jarn, seated behind him, muttered under his breath, "This could go very wrong." Rylan shook his head. "No," he said firmly. "We don't resist. We show them who we are." The Xylarian ship extended a massive docking beam, enveloping the human ship in a glowing field. The air vibrated as the two vessels connected. Slowly, a large boarding ramp extended, and a team of Xylarian soldiers stalled. Elegant beings with iridescent armor entered the ship. Rylan and his team stood their ground, showing no fear. Princess Elia stepped forward, keeping a calm demeanor. She had seen bravery in many forms, but Rylan's quiet determination impressed her more than words could say. The Xylarian soldiers scanned the humans and the ship. One of them spoke, their voice melodic but firm. "You have shown skill and courage beyond what most species demonstrate. Your actions have caught the attention of Queen Zyra." Rylan raised an eyebrow. "The Queen noticed us?" "Yes," the soldier replied. "She wishes to observe you personally." Elia stepped closer to Rylan. "This is extraordinary. If the Queen is personally interested, it could change everything. But we must be cautious." Rylan nodded. "Caution is always part of the plan." Soon, the humans were escorted through the Xylarian ship. The interior was unlike anything they had ever seen. Vast halls of shimmering crystal and metal reflected light in every direction. Advanced machinery floated seamlessly in the air, guided by unseen forces. Gravity shifted subtly, and the corridors seemed to stretch endlessly. Rylan felt a mixture of awe and respect. "This technology, humans could never imagine this," Jarn whispered. "But we have something they don't. Ingenuity and courage." Finally, they reached the central chamber, an immense room filled with glowing patterns and floating platforms. At its center sat Queen Zyra, regal and commanding, her form elegant and shimmering with alien energy. Her eyes locked onto Rylan, and he felt as though she could see every thought in his mind. "You," she said, her voice both melodic and firm, "have risked your life to save another. Your courage is remarkable. I have watched countless species, but few have demonstrated such bravery and intelligence. You are unusual." Rylan bowed slightly, showing respect. "I am only a human. We do what we must to protect those in danger." The Queen's eyes glimmered. "Indeed, that is why I am interested. You have qualities that many advanced civilizations overlook: creativity, problem-solving, and spirit." Elia watched silently, impressed by Rylan's calm demeanor. Even in the presence of a being of unimaginable power, he remained composed. Queen Zyra rose from her seat, her presence filling the room. I will test you, human, not as a prisoner, but as one whose mind and courage I wish to understand. If you succeed, you may earn a place of respect within my empire. Fail, and you will remain under observation indefinitely. Ryland straightened. I understand. I am ready, the queen nodded. Good. Your first task is simple in concept but requires insight. You will be presented with a situation where lives depend on strategy, quick thinking, and compassion. Your ability to navigate it will show your true potential. The humans were led to a simulation chamber. The holographic environment depicted a Xylarian city under threat. From a sudden natural disaster, massive storms that could destroy the entire metropolis. Advanced sensors monitored every decision the humans made. Ryland quickly assessed the situation. The storm patterns were unpredictable, and the city's infrastructure was vulnerable. Using a combination of human logic and quick adaptation, he devised a plan: divert the energy grids to reinforce weak buildings, use automated drones to evacuate citizens, and stabilize the storm generators with calculated energy pulses. Time was critical. Every second counted. Jarrett and Lyra assisted him, coordinating human efforts with the holographic interface. Princess Elia offered suggestions, her knowledge of galactic politics and structures helping to prioritize certain zones. As the storm raged in the simulation, Ryland's plan unfolded. Drones zipped through the city, carrying citizens to safety. Energy barriers stabilized collapsing structures. The storm's force was mitigated just enough to prevent total destruction. Queen Zyra observed silently, her face calm but intrigued. When the simulation ended, she spoke, remarkable. Your solution preserved life and minimized damage. Few species could think so clearly under pressure. Humans. You are indeed extraordinary. Ryland wiped sweat from his brow, exhausted but proud. We do what we must. That is all. The queen's expression softened slightly. That is exactly what I wish to see. Courage and intelligence combined. Yet, there is more to test. Your spirit, your creativity, and your morality will be challenged in ways you have not yet imagined. Elia stepped closer to Ryland. Every step you take now, every choice, it will define how the Xylarian Empire sees humans. This is bigger than a rescue mission. You're shaping the future. Ryland nodded. Then we will face it together. Humanity doesn't back down, and neither will we, over the next hours. The humans were guided through multiple trials. Some were physical maneuvering through shifting gravity fields, avoiding complex traps, or surviving extreme environments. Others tested their minds, puzzles, ethical dilemmas, and strategic challenges that required thinking beyond logic and into empathy. Ryland's team excelled. Each trial showcased human strengths, adaptability, teamwork, and determination. Where technology failed, humans used intuition and creativity. Where brute force faltered, courage and cleverness succeeded. Queen Zyra's interest grew with each trial. She observed Ryland's decisions closely, noting the careful balance of reason and compassion. Unlike other species, humans were unpredictable yet principled, capable of making choices that defied expectation but achieved extraordinary outcomes. As the trials concluded for the day, Queen Zyra addressed the humans personally. You have proven something few in the galaxy have ever shown, not just skill or courage, but heart, ingenuity, and a resilience that is rare. Humans, your presence in the cosmos is small, yet your impact is profound. Ryland felt a surge of pride. We are nothing without the will to act. Courage is not in the size of our bodies or the power of our weapons, it is in the choices we make. The Queen's eyes gleamed. Indeed, that is why I am interested in you personally. Your actions have created possibilities for humans and Xylarians alike. The future is open. Princess Elia looked at Ryland with admiration. You've done more than save me. You've shown that humans belong among the stars not as pawns, but as equals in courage and vision. Ryland smiled faintly, tired but resolute. Then let's keep proving it, one step at a time. And so, aboard the Xylarian ship, far from the Tarkin stronghold, Ryland's journey had truly begun. The rescue mission had ended, but a new adventure full of challenges, intrigue, and the chance to redefine humanity's place in the galaxy was only just starting. Rylan stood at the edge of the landing platform, his eyes scanning the alien horizon. The sun of Varkan Prime was a dull orange, casting long shadows across the jagged metal spires that rose from the planet's surface. Smoke drifted from distant battle zones, and the faint hum of alien machinery vibrated through the air. He adjusted the strap of his blaster and checked his gear one last time. His team of 3, trained for the most dangerous missions in the galaxy, waited behind him, tense but ready. They had one goal: rescue Princess Elia, held captive by the Tarkin Raiders, a ruthless alien faction known for their cruelty. "Remember," Rylan said, his voice calm but firm, "we get her out, or we don't come back. Stay focused, stay alive." The team nodded. Each of them knew the risks. The Tarkons had fortified their stronghold deep inside the Kryn Mountains, an area riddled with traps and alien patrols. Every mission so far had failed, and no one had returned alive. But Rylan believed in strategy and courage. Human ingenuity, he thought, was often stronger than brute force. They moved silently through the jagged rocks, using the shadows to hide their approach. The mountains were dark and cold, and strange alien creatures lurked among the cliffs, their glowing eyes following every movement. Rylan led his team carefully, scanning for patrols and security sensors. 2 guards ahead, whispered Jarin, Rylan's second in command. He pointed to 2 Tarkin soldiers inspecting a security panel. Rylan nodded. "Take the left flank." Quietly, within seconds, the guards were unconscious. Lay down gently without raising alarms. The team pressed on, reaching a narrow canyon that led to the heart of the fortress. Rylan examined the map he had memorized. The princess was being held in a central tower, heavily guarded and protected by automated drones. "This is it," he murmured. "We go up, we rescue her, and we get out. No mistakes." The climb was difficult. The canyon walls were steep, and loose rocks fell as they moved. But Rylan's team was skilled, and human determination pushed them higher and higher. By nightfall, they reached the fortress gates. The massive doors were carved from black metal and adorned with alien symbols that glowed faintly. Rylan activated a small device from his pack. A soft pulse of energy disabled the door's sensors, and with a push, it opened silently. They slipped inside. The fortress was even more intimidating. Long hallways stretched ahead, lined with alien statues and glowing panels. The air was thick with the smell of burning fuel and machinery. Rylan motioned for his team to spread out, moving in a formation that would allow them to cover each other. Suddenly, a drone whirred to life above them, scanning the corridor with a blue light. Rylan froze, heart pounding. He held up a hand. The team stopped. The drone passed overhead, and Rylan signaled them to move again. "Too close," muttered Lyra, the team's tech expert. "These drones are smart. They can detect heat signatures and movement patterns. We'll need to be faster," Rylan said. "And smarter." They continued deeper into the fortress, encountering more guards and drones. Rylan's team moved like shadows, striking silently and disabling alarms. Each step forward required patience and courage. Finally, after hours of careful movement, they reached the central tower where Princess Elia was held. Rylan peeked through a small observation window. Inside, he saw her. Elia sat calmly in a metal chair, hands bound, but her eyes were steady. She looked around the room as if calculating her chances. Rylan admired her courage. Even in captivity, she showed no fear. "Ready?" he whispered to his team. Jarin nodded. "Let's do it." With precision, Rylan activated a small device that released a pulse, temporarily disabling the room's security systems. The guards outside were distracted by the sudden alarms, giving the team a narrow window. Rylan kicked the door open, moving quickly. "Princess Elia!" he shouted. Elia's eyes widened in recognition. "You're here," she said, her voice calm but firm. "Yes, let's get you out," Rylan replied. He moved to untie her restraints while the team held off approaching guards. The battle was fierce but brief. Rylan's team used every trick in their arsenal: smoke bombs, stun grenades, and their own agility to overcome the Tarkans. Human teamwork and strategy proved superior to brute strength. Each move was precise, calculated, and daring. Once Elia was free, Rylan led her toward the escape route. The fortress was collapsing around them. Explosions shook the walls as the Tarkans tried to regain control. The team ran through corridors filled with fire and smoke, dodging falling debris and enemy fire. Finally, they reached the docking bay, where a stolen alien ship waited. Rylan and Jarin carried out Elia, while Lyra covered their retreat. Just as the last guard was about to block their path, Rylan triggered the ship's launch sequence. The engines roared to life, lifting them into the sky. Below, the fortress crumbled into ruins. The Tarkans watched helplessly as the human ship disappeared into the night, breathing heavily. Rylan looked at Elia. "You're safe now," he said. She smiled faintly. "Thanks to you," she replied. "You risked everything for me." Rylan shrugged. "It's what humans do. We never give up." The journey through space was tense. Rylan and his team knew they were not yet safe. Tarkan patrols searched the nearby sectors, and every sensor could detect them at any moment. But the stolen ship's speed and advanced stealth technology kept them ahead of their pursuers. As they traveled, Elia began to speak. "I have heard stories of human courage," she said, "but I never imagined it firsthand. Your team, your people, they are remarkable." Rylan nodded. "We may not have the same technology as the Tarkans, but we have something stronger, our minds and our hearts. We find a way, no matter the odds." Hours passed as they navigated through asteroid fields and nebula clouds. Rylan charted a course toward the neutral zone, a safe area where they could regroup and plan their next move. But the calm was temporary. Suddenly, sensors blared. Rylan's heart skipped a beat. "We're not alone," he said. The radar showed a massive ship approaching, its design unlike anything he had ever seen. Sleek, enormous, and glowing with an otherworldly energy, it dwarfed their small craft. Elia's eyes widened. "That's Xylarian technology," she whispered. "The Empire, their queen. She doesn't usually notice humans." Rylan tightened his grip on the controls. "Then we better make a good impression," he said. The massive Xylarian ship closed in quickly, its sensors locking onto them. But instead of attacking, a calm, commanding voice resonated in the ship's communication system. "Human pilot, you have demonstrated courage and skill. Prepare to be boarded." Rylan exchanged a glance with his team. They had faced Tarkans, pirates, and deadly machines, but the unknown was always the most dangerous. Yet he felt a strange calm. Human bravery had brought them this far. It could carry them further. Princess Elia looked at him with trust and hope. "Whatever happens, we face it together," she said. Rylan nodded. "Always." As the Xylarian ship drew them in, Rylan knew this was only the beginning. His rescue of the princess had earned him attention from one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy. The test of humanity, courage, and ingenuity was far from over. But for now, he allowed himself a moment of pride. Against impossible odds, humans had prevailed. And that alone, he thought, was worth everything.